Forgot who you were
Well, I don't
supporting.
know, what am I supposed to do? You know, storm the Capitol? You know, it's like... I didn't think people would vote for someone who was so deeply flawed. Donald Trump, you know, I mean, that's the thing, is people, you know, I have his phone number in my phone book. He was the guy that came to the bars and asked me about which cocktail waitress was single.
George Clooney, known for his Hollywood stardom and humanitarian efforts, has never shied away from political discourse. Recently, he directed his criticism toward former U.S. President Donald Trump, sparking a heated exchange that has since gained significant media traction. Clooney's remarks, laced with sharp observations about Trump's policies and leadership style, were met with an expected rebuttal from Trump.
It was, and our democracy, I believe, paid a price certainly around the world.
This latest clash between the two prominent figures underscores the ongoing divide between Hollywood and conservative politics in the United States. Clooney's criticism of Trump focused on various aspects of his presidency, particularly his handling of key national and international issues. The actor highlighted what he saw as Trump's divisive rhetoric, his approach to governance, and policies that, according to Clooney, failed to serve the broader interests of Americans. One of Clooney's central arguments revolved around Trump's impact on democratic institutions, claiming that his actions eroded fundamental democratic principles. A significant point Clooney raised was Trump's handling of immigration policies. The former president's stringent measures, such as the controversial family separation policy, were a major point of contention. Clooney condemned these practices, stating that they were inhumane and counterproductive to American values. He pointed out that the United States has long been a beacon of hope for immigrants, and that Trump's harsh stance damaged the country's global reputation. Moreover, Clooney criticized Trump's foreign policy, particularly his relationships with authoritarian leaders. He argued that Trump's admiration for figures like Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un was alarming and contrary to America's commitment to democratic ideals. Clooney suggested that Trump's approach to foreign relations prioritized personal admiration over strategic diplomacy.
I don't know if you've seen this, but he posted in July, so now fake movie actor George Clooney,
Yeah,
he doesn't know that movies are fake, does he?
I don't think so.
Clooney should get out of politics and go back to television. Movies never really work for him.
You know, I will if he does.
Rather than alleviated societal divisions. He referenced Trump's comments following the Charlottesville protests as an example of his failure to unequivocally denounce white supremacy, a stance that many found troubling. On the economic front, Clooney questioned the long-term benefits of Trump's tax policies, particularly how they favored the wealthy while providing limited relief for the middle class. He argued that while Trump touted economic growth, many Americans still struggled with financial insecurity. Clooney contended that a truly prosperous nation should prioritize economic policies that benefit all citizens rather than disproportionately favoring the affluent. As expected, Trump did not remain silent. Known for his quick and often aggressive rebuttals, he responded to Clooney's criticisms with a characteristic blend of personal attacks and counter-arguments. Trump dismissed Clooney as a Hollywood elite who was out of touch with the realities faced by everyday Americans. He accused Clooney of leveraging his celebrity status to push a political agenda that, in Trump's view, did not align with the interests of the majority. Trump also defended his administration's policies, arguing that his approach to governance prioritized American interests above all else. Regarding immigration, he asserted that his policies were necessary to protect national security and prevent illegal immigration. He argued that strong borders were essential for maintaining law and order, countering Clooney's claims of inhumane treatment of immigrants. On foreign policy, Trump maintained that his strategy was pragmatic and results-driven. He contended that engaging with leaders like Putin and Kim Jong-un was essential for global stability. According to Trump, diplomacy required negotiation with all world leaders, regardless of their political systems, to ensure America's safety and prosperity. Regarding racial issues, Trump refuted accusations that he had exacerbated divisions. He cited his administration's efforts in criminal justice reform and economic policies aimed at minority communities as evidence that he had worked to improve race relations. Trump accused Clooney of selectively interpreting events to fit a particular narrative. On economic matters, Trump stood by his tax policies, asserting that they had contributed to one of the strongest economies in recent history.
Be faster than the bear, you just have to be faster than the one kid. You're that one kid, pal.
I'm the kid.
Yeah, I have, but I'm comforted in the fact that he's coming after you first.
This clash between Clooney and Trump is emblematic of a broader cultural and political divide in the United States. Hollywood has long been a stronghold of liberal ideologies, with many celebrities using their platforms to advocate for progressive causes. Clooney, in particular, has been vocal about his political beliefs, often using his influence to support Democratic candidates and humanitarian initiatives. On the other hand, Trump's base largely consists of conservative Americans who view Hollywood's involvement in politics with skepticism. They argue that actors and entertainers should focus on their craft rather than using their fame to shape political discourse. The question of whether celebrities should engage in politics is a long-standing debate. Some believe that individuals with large platforms have a responsibility to speak out on important issues, while others argue that their opinions should not carry more weight than those of average citizens. Clooney's involvement in political discussions is part of a growing trend of celebrities leveraging their influence for activism. Figures like Leonardo DiCaprio, Oprah Winfrey, and Taylor Swift have also been vocal about their political stances, shaping public opinion on various issues. However, critics of celebrity activism argue that actors often lack the depth of understanding required for nuanced political discussions. They contend that fame does not equate to expertise, and that policy decisions should be left to elected officials and experts in respective fields. This perspective is often echoed by Trump and his supporters, who dismiss Hollywood's political engagement as disconnected from real-world concerns. Despite differing opinions on celebrity activism, there is no denying its impact. Public figures like Clooney have significant reach, and their statements often garner widespread media attention. Whether one agrees with Clooney or Trump, their exchange highlights the ongoing ideological battles shaping contemporary America.